Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
And I'm Brianna Motzkus, and we're from the Fabric Patch in Ephrata, Washington.
We are a mother-daughter team, and our quilt shop has been in business for over 21 years. We have written together and individually over 250 patterns that we sell all over the world. We've taught in a couple different countries, and we have a really busy, very active YouTube channel. And we have been asked to host a river cruise here in the United States, and we're super excited about it. We are going to be teaching classes on the cruise, so if you want to quilt along on a cruise, you can check out our YouTube channel, you can check out our website, you can check out some links below, but we went ahead and did a live Q&A just to kind of talk about what we're going to do just a little bit. So if you'd like to watch that and join us to cruise in August 2021.
We're cruising the upper Mississippi.
It'll be really great. My daughter and I have owned and operated a busy quilt shop in Washington State for over 20 years. We have a retreat center, an active YouTube channel, and a large pattern line featuring our creations. My two sons work on machines. One daughter-in-law is our videographer, and the other is a long-arm quilter. We are a family that love each other, we laugh together, and every once in a while we get some work done. We have a crew that are saints for their efforts at keeping us on track. Thanks for joining us on our wild ride.
We are doing Q&A for the cruise that we are, I guess you could say, hosting with some music goers this summer. So if you have questions because you've been thinking about, hey, I think I might want to go, or you just have questions, or maybe you don't know about it at all, and now all of your questions are going to be answered. But we are cruising with the American Cruise Line. John and Ray, our brothers that are working with we are working with their travel agency. They asked us to do something cool with them, and we think it'd be cool. We've never done personally a river cruise ever. This will be our first hosted, we being the celebrities on a cruise, and it is from essentially a Sunday to Sunday, August 13th through August 22nd. So some fun facts.
So we're really excited about talking about the cruise today, and a bunch of you guys have already emailed some questions because you either had to be on work or had to do something else. So I have those in front of me. Plus, we've been talking with John and Ray every week now, kind of getting ready for that. And I believe that they are also going to be on and at least listening, so that if I say, "Oh, we have to defer to them," then they'll answer the question. But we feel like we have all of the information. And the other questions that I had, I scoured YouTube this last weekend and watched a bunch of videos, and there's a bunch. So there's a lot of people that have done this cruise or they've sailed with this cruise line. And there's one with the CEO, and she does a little tour of the ships that's really interesting. So
cool.
If you have other questions, there's a lot of YouTube channels, and that's what they do. They just do like travel stuff. And so it was really good. So what you want to know is that what the cruise is it's from Memphis to Nashville. And it is, as Brianna said, it is August 14th of 2021 until the 20th. And we start in Memphis and we spend the night in Memphis. So your cruise includes one night prior. So you arrive in Memphis, and that's pretty much the only thing that you're going to really have in terms of expenses, because what's really, really nice about this cruise line is that it's all inclusive. So your excursions, your meals, your alcohol, your bus trips, getting around town, all of that kind of stuff, it's all included, which is really nice. And did I mention beer? And wine was included.
I think all inclusive. That's the only way to travel.
I want somebody to take care of me the entire time.
Our honeymoon, we did an all-inclusive package. It seems like it costs a whole lot, but after you tie up everything that you would have spent otherwise, it
adds up a lot.
Yeah.
Well, and there's a couple other things too, because I did a little bit more research too, even the prices and stuff. So we'll hit a bunch of those things. And so
And if you guys are looking for a map, if you go to our website, fabricpatch.net, there's a link at the top of our page that says Cruise with Us. And you'll see this brochure, plus there's an extra page of other goodness. But there's a little map of how we're traveling. So if maybe a family up around there, you guys may be able to get off and you guys can have good lunch somewhere. But you'll kind of see our route. So you'll see where we're going.
Yeah. And the other thing that's on there is when you click on our website, and we should mention if you go to fabricpatch.net is our website, and it says Cruise with Us. We have a special tab, and that's where this is. And there's a little thing that says click here for an inquiry. You're not giving anybody any money. You're just registering to say, hey, I do want some extra information. And when you do that, they also attach for you all of this other information. Yeah, there's a little virtual tour of the boat. There is, there's kind of a little catalog of all of this other stuff that you can see. You were going to say something else?
It's at the bottom. So when you click into Cruise with Us, you'll see brochure, and then at the very bottom, you'll see the talk to one of the guys.
Click here to talk to one of the guys. And they're really nice guys. That's the other thing too, that we're so excited about partnering with them. They are a faith-based Christian company. And the other thing that they do is they give back to veterans. And so, and it says right on there somewhere that a portion of our fee goes towards sponsoring a wounded war veteran. So we're really excited about that one will be, and we're going to give them, give him, I assume him or her, a Quilts of Valor quilt when they cruise with us. So a couple of things. So we'll kind of get right into, I have one other thing to mention, then we'll get right into some of the questions. So somebody had asked, and we've talked about it a couple times about the expense of it. It's like $4,500 if you're going to share the room with somebody, and about $800 more if you want your own private suite. They only have 10 of the private suites available, and they call that solo sailing, where a lot of places, if you don't want to share the room with somebody new or bring somebody along, you end up paying a double occupancy rate.
Sure.
These guys specifically have designed the boat that way, that it's for one person, which is kind of nice because you're not, spending that much. However, it's more, it's $800 more. Some people were saying that they wanted to go ahead and just meet somebody new. And that was new for Ray and John. They had not ever booked anything like that before, but that's how we do it up here, because we have a retreat center. We host 4 retreats per year, and we have condos that are 2-bedroom condos, 2-bathroom, but there's 2 twin beds in a bedroom. And so if you are flying out by yourself from Chicago, or flying up by yourself from Texas, we get information about you and we pair you with a new friend. Most of our people really like that. They are friends for life.
Yes.
They are friends for life. We've never gotten it wrong yet in terms of pairing people. So we told John and Ray, we are experts at this. And so
we're our own little matchmakers.
Yes, we are quilting matchmakers. And so, because that's really what this is all about, is that idea of like-minded people getting together and going on vacation together. We are so ready to go somewhere anyway and just go do something. I really like the idea of domestic. I don't want to leave the U.S. yet. So I like the idea that at every port, we are still in the U.S., we can hightail it home, or we have healthcare. We can do all of that kind of stuff. We have Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi on the boat. We have all of those things that staying in the U.S. will give us without any issues. So we're excited about that. We're also excited to go with people that like the same things as us.
Yeah.
So, and that was some of the other little research or whatever, is that we do recognize that the American river cruises are a little bit more expensive. But a couple things with that. One is it's an American-made boat. American-owned boat, American staffed boat. So we've got federal minimum wage issues to deal with. But here's the other thing, and this is the other thing that's key to it, is that these boats hold about 180 people when they're full. They are going to only sail at 75% capacity because of COVID. And only 50% on the buses, because we'll talk about the buses in a minute, but limited capacity. But those ocean liners, those are like, they'll hold like 2,000 people. They're like small cities.
Yeah.
And so that's why too, I don't want to be with 2,000 people in a small city. I don't
Right.
really want
This
to
is
do
a very, I feel like it's very intimate,
very intimate. It's very nice. But if you have 2,000 people all paying,
huge.
I mean, I know that we've done a weekend cruise before, a 4-night thing for $600.
Mhm.
Well, that was a lot of fun. But here's the problem with that is that at $600, you get all of those college boys that are
I didn't think about that.
yes,
Princess
loud, rowdy, obnoxious people. Well, I don't want to say I need to be nice, but
You're old though.
I'm
So
old.
you're gonna find fun in that everywhere.
I'm old. I'm old.
She
and
left
I
those rowdy
have to-
college kids at home.
I just don't want somebody throwing up off the side of the boat.
Mhm.
I just don't want to deal with
And
that.
the other
so
thing
what's
with
kind of
that
nice
price
is
is you don't have excursions paid for, you don't have alcohol paid for,
right.
you don't have gratuities paid for,
Right.
you don't have any of that.
No.
You still have to
No.
fork over your tips. and
No,
your drink
it's
bill when
still
you're all
going to
done.
be more than that $600. But
That gets you a
again,
bed.
it just sort of, it makes it so that,
Yeah, it'd be
we have more
leisurely,
like-minded people that we're hanging out with because for those 150 people which are going to end up on the boat, that there's a good number of them are going to be quilters.
Yeah.
So what our end of this, what we're doing is we're doing a couple of meet and greets, there's a cocktail party, and then we're doing a class. And we're going to start showing you parts of this on our vlog to show you what we're doing, but be on a boat, and we're not going to bring sewing machines along. It's all handwork. And your kit is part of your purchase price for your cruise. And so everything is provided. Your fabric, your needles, your threads, your pre-cut fabrics in a nice little embroidery travel pouch. Everything is included, and we're going to do, there's 4 different components to it so that you perfect all of your handwork. So what you have to bring is, you'll want to bring your own hoop, and we'll talk about all of that in all of our other communications, and then whatever magnification assistance you need. I need a lot. Other than that, everything else is provided. All right. Okay. So let's see. So we won't want to keep you for a long time, but we want to go through a lot of these questions and some of the things that some of the others have asked. So one person was wondering about the COVID stuff and what were the rules going to be. And what they said is that they certainly are managing, they have to follow whatever the federal guidelines are at the time. And so at this point, what we believe is that when you arrive in Memphis, and you get yourself to Memphis, but you arrive at the hotel, and we do have a little evening thing there, but you are tested. You get a COVID test.
Sure.
And your test has to come back negative that morning, or you don't get on. But
so is that even those of us that have our little vaccination cards?
I think even though we have our vaccination cards, my belief is that you still have to be tested negative. But with our vaccination cards, the likelihood that we're going to have it is pretty slim. But everybody else is really just a game of roulette, I would guess. But,
just like going to Hawaii.
Yeah, so you do get tested, and then the other thing is that you get this little packet, so that if you are out on the deck and you're doing things, they do ask that you kind of still maintain that 3-foot social distance and have your mask available. But when you're in the dining rooms and that sort of thing, of course, you're eating, you don't have to have it on. The other thing that they've done is, again, the capacity. They've limited the capacity on the ship and in the bus lines, because what happens, this is super cool, but we stop at all of these ports. The buses follow us. On land, obviously,
of course.
But so they show up, and so whatever excursion you're on, so you get to see Fred. If he's your favorite bus driver, he's at every one, and so they just follow us around so that you don't have to find your transportation to go to whatever you're going to go to. So all of that, and same thing. So the buses are at 50% capacity, so that you can feel comfortable. On all of your guided tours or whatever your guided excursions are. The other thing about the excursions, in case I forget to mention this, is that you don't have to do the excursions. They have bikes on board. So if you want to get on a couple of bikes because, oh, I know Clarkston, I've been here before and I'm going to go do whatever, you have a bike. And the other thing too is they have this something called an articulating gangway. So what happens with these particular ships is like the nose kind of opens up.
Oh,
and this
kind of like a little ferry.
Yeah. So they don't have to have a dock.
Oh,
So they can dock like
that's cool.
Anywhere. And so they can kind of do whatever. So anyway, so they let you off and then you go do whatever you're going to do. And then you come back. But the other thing is that they have medical personnel on the boat.
Sure.
So, and the other thing is that, you know how most of the time you have self-serve ice cream, self-serve coffee, they have a Starbucks, they have all of that stuff on there. You can still help yourself. I mean, you can still have ice cream any time of day or night. You can still have coffee. You can still do whatever, but it's no longer right now because of COVID. It's not self-serve. There will be an attendant there.
Oh, cool.
They have movie style popcorn.
Awesome.
I know.
All day long.
But you can't just reach a hand in there.
Yeah.
Which is good.
It's good.
I like that.
I like that
anyway.
I do not like a buffet. Just saying.
No,
that
she won't eat it at a buffet.
Mm-mm.
The possibility that someone touched that piece of lettuce,
I'll
she's going to eat
just
it.
have a drink with you guys. Have my little soda pop while you guys eat your.
Yeah.
There's a kid that touched that macaroni. I'm quite sure. I'm just saying. I was that way before, forever.
Both of us.
Right, yeah.
I've always been a germaphobe. And so that's Cindy Keel. We talk about this all the time. It's like, oh.
Is that a new thing? Did people do that? Yeah. So
everybody's following the same.
I don't mind that.
Me too. Me too. So the buffet line is very different. So yeah.
Cool.
And then the thing with the dining room is that when you're on these big ocean ships, because you're dealing with thousands of people, you have your 6 o'clock seating or your 9 o'clock seating and this dining room or whatever. This boat is not like open seating. So you go in and you can say, oh, I want to sit over here this time, or, oh, I'm with these guys. Oh, there's my friend Marge. I'm going to go find her, whatever. You can sit wherever you want to, whatever time you want to. And there's also other options. You can eat on the deck if you'd like to eat on the deck and be served up there. The other thing is you can have room service.
That's really cool.
Every stateroom is a balcony suite. You have to look at the pictures. You have a little table and chairs on that balcony. It's like, we'll be dining in today. So it's not, you can have room service anytime you'd like.
Wow.
You can eat every meal on your balcony if
That's
you'd like.
Cool.
I know if you don't feel like getting dressed.
I might be more of a river
wanna
cruise
see
kind
me
of girl than
breakfast.
an ocean cruise
Yeah,
kind of girl.
and since you have free Wi-Fi, you can just text, say, hey, I'm not coming to lunch. We're on the balcony.
Right.
Yeah. So, you can do whatever.
Cool.
And then also the same thing with alcohol. It's funny that they keep saying lunch, that you have wine, beer, spirits,
The
whatever.
complimentary thing. Mm-hmm.
And they said it's all the time. It's not just with, if, I guess they assume you're only going to be drinking lunch and dinner, but I don't know why anybody would assume that.
What?
And then every night.
Oh yeah, it
there's a
says
cocktail
wine
party.
and beer during lunch and dinner.
And then he said to clarify.
Yeah.
It
doesn't matter.
You can have it whenever you want, and it's included in your price. You don't have to pay extra for that. You also, a gift from the guys for booking with them, we get a bottle of wine and a gift. They also do their own swag bag.
Oh,
So
cool.
we're doing a swag bag and that we're adding to. And we have gifts coming in from Moda and Northcott and Shannon and E.E. Shank. And we're putting these big gift bags together for you. And then they're also giving you some stuff. So it's
Very
kind of
cool.
fun. Yeah, to end up with presents, which is really nice. But there was something else I was going to add about the food. Cocktail party every night before dinner. And I think that they choose like a specific cocktail, which is kind of fun. They have bourbon tasting.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Fancy
can't.
that.
I know.
I
I'm
mean,
not sure I could get through one.
Tennessee is a huge
big
huge
time.
bourbons.
Yeah,
That is fun.
apparently, yeah.
Mhm.
Because that's the other thing too is the meals. It's all regional cuisine, and so that's
even better.
that's the kind of food that you're going to be having. And the same thing with the entertainment. It's all world class entertainment. There's entertainment every evening, and again, you think about those big, large ocean liners, and it's kind of like theater seating. Theirs is not. It's like it's like jazz club kind of.
Oh,
A
cool.
table and a couple chairs,
Yeah.
a table and 4 chairs, and again spaced evenly enough apart that we're all very safe, and you don't have to keep your masks on if you're in your your group of people that you're watching it with, and something every night with that. So that's kind of cool. Super excited about all of it. I'm just, the more I keep finding, that's the thing I was going to tell you, is that the boat that we'll be on is the American Jazz.
Okay.
And so you'll be able to see, again, when you click on the information, you'll be able to see a floor plan of it and all of the stuff. But watching these travel guys do it's beautiful.
I know, it makes me want to go look at one.
It's beautiful. There's a putting green on the top. And here's the thing, again, it's not one of those, $800 for a 3-day cruise.
Well, very intimate.
It's really nice. And so
You're
you can
treated
see
so
that
good.
it's designed, it's very elegant. It is designed for, it's designed different.
I think
it's very
just
elegant,
price.
very
I mean,
overpriced. Oversized, not
Right.
oversized sofas, oversized chairs.
Mm-hmm.
You should see the chairs on the deck. And the swimming pool, it's not a big, huge swimming pool with a great big, water slide kind of thing. It's not that kind of an environment. It's a very elegant, really
It's like
nice
the difference, I think,
environment.
sometimes from shopping like Walmart versus shopping
Nordstrom's.
I think it's the same
exactly
idea, and it's the same
difference.
idea of clientele.
Exactly
if you're not someone who can afford, you're not going to have college boys hurling over the side of the riverboat.
No,
so you
I
definitely
want to. There was a
eliminated
cruise,
those.
and I'm not gonna mention the name because I think they provide a really good service, but it was the same thing. It was the first cruise that Dad and I went on. We went down the Caribbean. It was inexpensive. We were broke at the time. It was before we had kids. We were super broke, and that's all it was
Party
drunkenness
Oh.
the entire time. And it's like, and people, I don't know, it was just a little bit different. And we've never went line again because we heard, they're the party cruise line. And I thought, yeah, it was. And I didn't enjoy myself as much. We didn't feel like we met anybody, that we connected with, or anything. It was just a little bit different. But anyway, I'm super, super excited about these guys. It just, the whole company. This is super exciting too. You can tell I'm really old, but I'm not. But there's an enrichment program. There is a historian who's on the boat. Who sails
That's
with us.
cool. I like that. I'm totally into the history.
I
that was my
want
favorite
to know.
courses.
I want to know all of those things. So if we're traveling through areas where there was like Civil War issues or whatever, they'll tell you all of the stuff regionally, all of the botanical issues, botanical features, all of those things. They know all of that stuff. So they do an enrichment program and they do lectures. And so before we embark, after we get back, they're there to answer all of the questions. Hey, I saw this, and can you tell me what that was? So you know what you're looking for when you go. Isn't that cool?
That's super cool.
Yeah. And then I was even watching, because this same cruise line does stuff on the Snake and Columbia River. And they say it's the most beautiful area in our country.
Yes, I believe that is.
It's where we're from, of course. And because that's what they wanted to do. Oh, don't you want to do the Columbia? It's like, no.
We live on that.
We live here.
It is beautiful. We can get a boat. Yeah.
We're out there all the time.
Yeah.
So
it is really pretty.
And the wineries and Lewis and Clark. So they talk a lot about that. And people say that's the best part, is this idea that someone can answer every single question.
That's neat.
So
that's cool.
Yeah. So that's really cool. So, so the enrichment program, historian, let's see. And what was another question? I feel like I've answered the entertainment. Alcohol, that was the other question. The dining. And the Wi-Fi. I mentioned that free Wi-Fi.
All the luxuries we have in our house, we have on the boat.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, age limit. Somebody had asked about that, that she might want to bring her granddaughter. There are no age limits. It's very family friendly. And that's the way that they put it, is that it's solo friendly. If you want to come by yourself, you're not penalized for that. And it's also family friendly. However, that being said, we also did a Disney cruise where the 13th floor is where you could drop off your kids.
Harbor has to be 3, guys.
We loved it.
3. At age 3, we're on a cruise. So it's like, bye, honey. Have fun. I'll
see you later. You have to have a key to get out.
Yeah, and I remember when we were doing it, because Jared was the youngest. He was 11, right? I don't know.
He was 11.
But they would check you, and you can only be checked out by an adult. So you don't lose your children on a big old city on the
water. And it was nice because one half of it was for young and one half was teenagers. So this, not like that.
Right.
So because again, it's not that kind of a cruise. So you can bring a child along, and it looked like, again, the stuff that you're going to do, it's very family friendly.
Yeah.
And it's very, but nobody is going to be entertaining your child for you.
Right.
So, they'll want to.
Because I have to say, the first time I went to market, I was, how old was I went to market?
12.
12. But I was this girl. Fabric, whatever, and I was not bored. I wasn't anything. So if she really is, your granddaughter's older and she's into fabric and she loves this, I think it would be fun.
And just the being okay with a lazy day on the river, listening to jazz music, they have cooking classes. They have a television. Every suite has a great big TV in it. You can
chillax on the TV.
And watch TV if you want to. And you have Wi-Fi, but there is a lot to do. But
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So anyway, no age limit, children absolutely friendly. Oh, and then that also, somebody had asked about mobility issues. This is one of the best boats for that because again, the way you get on and off.
Oh, sure. There's not like a big staircase.
Yeah,
sure.
You don't have all of that. So it has all of those requirements if somebody's in a wheelchair or has any of those sorts of disabilities. Let's see. Oh, capacity. We talked about that. Medical staff on board. I think that's it. Let's see. Room service. Oh, and then that was the thing too, is what was included. And I feel like we've talked about that. Everything is included except your transportation to Memphis. We spend the night in Memphis and then we stop, we go to Memphis, we go to, and then we go, oh, that was one of the other questions. I must not have found that one yet. Somebody said, what is Paducah?
Dude, it's all about fabric. It is Museum of Quilt.
It is the National Quilt Museum is there, and it's humongous. And
I'm not sure we're gonna have enough time.
We won't have enough time. But here's the funny thing: you can, we'll find a link, and we'll put the link in the description. But they have, and you can even find YouTube videos on tours. I found this one guy that did it, but he was clearly not a quilter, because in fact that's what he said. Oh, welcome to, I don't know what it was called. Something travel. And I'm here because this is what everybody said I had to do if I was in Paducah. So he goes in and this guy is giving him a guided tour. And the guy is saying, look at the stitching. This was all done with thread. And so the guy has his camera and he's going, oh,
honey.
And it's like, no, wait, we wanted to see that.
Damn.
And everything he's going, oh. You could tell he just kind of wasn't, he didn't understand what was happening, but it's humongous. And this guy said that, there are 18 different exhibits that will be there in the museum for 2021. And they're fully open, and same thing, you need to wear a mask when you come in. They're following the same guidelines, whatever they happen to be, and you have to socially distance, but they have guided tours so you can wander through yourself. You're not supposed to touch anything, of course, but the way that he described it, and they describe it this way on the website, which is really nice, that if you go to a really high-end art gallery, that in that art gallery, you're seeing like the top 3%, in terms of what people are doing. And that's what Paducah is. The National Quilt Museum and the gallery, they are showing things that are in the top 1% of our field. And quilters are artists. Yeah. We're creators, but we are artists. And it was kind of nice because this one guy was saying, well, everybody has those favorite quilts that are on your bed and you just love them and they're kind of soft and scrunchy and they remind you of your grandma or your mom or, whoever made them or you made them. But then there are also quilt artists that have a variety of different mediums. And so that's what you're looking at when you go there. And you can take as much photography as you want. They have a little gift shop there. So it's kind of cool. So we probably will not have enough time to do that. But again, they said that what they do with these buses is they do a loop. So they'll say, we're going to drop you off here. Cool. And they give you a map.
Transit.
Yeah, they give you a map the night before to say, this is where we're stopping, or maybe the morning of, this is where we're stopping and this is what we're going to be doing. And so we're going to stop it here because we suggest you see this. We're going to stop here. We suggest you go here. We're going to have a guided tour here. And so you can just, in every 15 minutes, one of those buses will come around and you hop on. You just have to show your little tag that you who you are, and then you go and then you hop off. So I think once we stop at Paducah, I might not see anything else in Paducah.
And if the quilt museum's like, oh my gosh, that sounds boring, you'll go somewhere else. I'm sure my husband will go somewhere else because
and
he does not want to see one more freaking quilt.
He might wander through it
for a
quickly,
moment.
but he's not going to stay there as long as I'll stay there. But I totally agree with that. But that's what's kind of nice is that you just kind of keep taking this loop. And again, we're in the U.S. still, so we can just be texting and saying, get out of that bar. It's time to get back, or whatever. So anyway, so that's kind of cool. So that's what Paducah is, and that's the way that works. And again, you can do anything. The other thing that they had is they do have some of what they call premium excursions. So there's different things, like if you want to do some sort of an elite golf course, that's an option, but that was like $20. So that's different. So they provide all of these other excursions, but there are some other options for something that maybe
aren't covered.
Well, because it might not be something that everybody would want to do, but it is something that they can arrange for you. And so there was something else. There was it was a Segway tour, which I would break a leg. Is that what it's called? The little,
maybe
you stand on Segway?
Oh, could be. Yeah.
Yeah. Something that you stand on and it's motorized.
Oh yeah. And you have to have your balance. Otherwise, whoop.
Yeah. They had a couple of options, but nothing that interested me. And again, they do have bikes on board.
And you get those excursions after you click the, hey, I need more information. Do you see that list?
Maybe that's a question for John and Ray.
But
when do we see that list? I saw that list, I guess I didn't see that list. I heard our little travel people who were doing their
their
video. They were talking about it, and then the CEO of the company, she was explaining it on her thing.
Sure. Do click in to get more information. Booking information. Again, you can't just click and pay. You do have to talk to one of the brothers and get arrangements, but they will also help you arrange your flight from your home to Memphis. And then at the end of our tour in Nashville, your flight home. You can also ask them other questions. Hey, we're going to Paducah. I am not a quilter. I'm going with my sister who is a quilter. What else can we do? He might have a list ready for you, or it's something you might get later, but I mean, you could, Yeah, I think that's cool anyways. But I like that you have to talk to a travel agent.
Yeah. I think that's really good. So another question was about the gym. There is a small gym on the boat. There's not a huge one. And there is a card room. There's a couple of bars. There's a big kind of a lobby.
Don't tell Robert about the card room.
About the card room. Yeah. And it was pretty well stocked. It had all kinds of games, and it was pretty large. Cool. Each of the tables were like chess and checker kind of tables. So it was kind of cool. But again, no large pools, no rock climbing walls, no, what's that water slides, not that kind of, there's a small pool. Let's see. I think that's it. I think that's it for, and did we finish talking about that? Oh, that was the last thing, was that, so we're getting on in Memphis. We have one day of just sailing where we're sailing on Lake Barkley or Barclay. I think it's Barkley. Anyway, and we're thinking that that'll probably be the day that we'll have kind of a little bit of a larger class where we're kind of going to be sewing.
Or more stitching, not necessarily
just stitching. Yeah, hand sewing, hand stitching. And so we can still kind of hang out together and monopolize the card room maybe, or whatever. And then in Nashville, we arrive in Nashville on Saturday, and then we go to the Grand Ole Opry Saturday night. We spend the night on the boat, and then we get off Sunday morning is the way that works. So it is a music cruise. So All right. So I think that was it in terms of the people that had emailed questions and some of the things that we've been answering. I feel like I kind of jumped around a little bit, and I wish I had pictures. I just don't have any pictures of it, but
I'll link, if you have that one boat tour, I can link that along with the
there was two that I thought was really good. One guy, his YouTube channel is called something like In the Loop Travel, and it's him and his wife, and it was really nice. He was on the American Jazz on our boat, but it did the lower Mississippi was what he did. But I liked seeing the pictures of the boat, so that was kind of nice. And he said the food was absolutely fantastic. He was really amazed at the quality of the food. And he said that they saw that they brought fresh food on board every day.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was really good. So, and then the other one, we can link the one where the CEO is talking about the company and about the boats and the COVID policies and all of that kind of thing. That was really, really interesting. And then again, John and Ray said that you can click on things and their little virtual tour thing and showing all of the boats. There's a lot of information there as well. And then what was the other third thing we were maybe gonna link?
Paducah boat.
Paducah,
I think was the other one.
Paducah boat. And then what we'll do is, if you're still kind of thinking about it or whatever, I know the people that we've been communicating with are the people that have already paid in full. I'm amazed at how many. There's a lot of local people. Our local people that are coming down. So that's fantastic. I'm excited about that. That'll be really fun. And then there's one gal who's coming. It's going to be her birthday. So we're going to have some fun celebration with her. And then a lot of other people that are kind of still just, I don't blame people for being a little nervous about COVID stuff. Let's just wait and see. And maybe they're going to wait till the last minute. But if you wait till the last minute, what you want to know is if you are sailing solo, those solo suites, again, there's only 10 on the boat. And so,
right now, how many do you think are left as of today?
Oh, there's not very many left. There might be maybe
4.
No, because maybe 4. Maybe 4, because there's a bunch of people that are bringing their spouses.
Sure.
And then there's other people that want us to hook them up with a new friend.
Which I guess cool.
I have to tell you, I would, and people are nervous. Like, I don't know if I really snore or not, or, I have the, a CPAP machine or whatever. We'll put you with somebody who has the same sorts of things. It's okay. It's fun to have a friend, and you become, I think that's true of quilters anyway, you feel like you've always known that person. You just wouldn't know that you just met. So I don't know. I think that'll be really fun to meet somebody new. So anyway, we will email back and forth. We'll get you on our little list. We have kind of a little chat that we've been doing, and we'll get your information and make sure that you and your new friend, email back and forth a little bit, or maybe even do some live chatting so that you know who each other is before you're
not sick of them before you start. No,
I think it'll be really good. I think it'll be really fun.
I think so too.
All right. And if you have further questions, you can certainly email us, or you can contact Ray and John. Fill out the inquiry form. That just gets you in the loop with all of the communication, which is really good. And I just can't wait. I can't wait.
We're so excited.
I am ready to go do something fun. I'm ready to relax. I'm ready to get out. Eat somebody else's cooking.
Oh, right. That's always the best.
I'm ready to go to Paducah.
Exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited. All right, you guys. No other additional questions? Okay, fantastic.
All right.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.